Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to install a flint, fuel up, and ignite this vintage Penguin Cygnus aluminum block petrol lighter that you see before you. This has a very elaborate artistic design of a dragon depicted, the process of which we will talk about in a moment, as we did a couple of days ago on the live stream. I believe that this is an identical lighter to the one that I sold this past November or December. It had a just clean brass plate. We were discussing this on the live stream Friday, I think it was, and can't remember if it was Friedrich or Jin Kim, or seems like it was one of those guys that brought up the fact that perhaps the artwork had started to chip and come off, so somebody had just gone on and actually erased all evidence so that it would just be a more aesthetically pleasing look than a piece of artwork that was maybe half there or cracked. We also talked about what this artwork, or how it might correctly be categorized, and Friedrich brought up the urushi lacquer process. This is a Japanese process similar to the Chinese cinnabar in that it's layered on. Apparently layered and dried, layered and dried. And this looks pretty thick. And just with the bare eye, you can see it standing above the face that it is on. Anyway, also we talked about the maki paint process, which also involves that same Japanese urushi lacquer, but somehow involves the sprinkling of powder, which it said were typically gold and silver. So I don't know if that is what this is or not, but just getting a look at it close up, you can see how vibrant and brilliant the colors. You can also see that there are probably some areas of damage. A couple of nicks up here. Maybe a spot down here. There's some depression, so I think part of it is just the texture of the brass plate that the painted process has been laid upon layer by layer. If that is what that is, I don't know. I'm definitely no expert on this kind of artwork. I do think it is original to the lighter, though, simply because it is identical to the other one that I owned, other than the lacquer or paint or whatever it is still being present on this one. But as far as whether it would be categorized as Japanese urushi lacquer, it is a Japanese made lighter, Penguin Cygnus, or categorized as maki artwork, those are questions that I can't answer. But I just bring it up because that was what we talked about in the live stream. And I pulled out the other Japanese painted Cygnus that I have on the live stream, and we will do a video with that. But it certainly looks much different than this one. Really cool lighter though. So we will remove our, now that I think about it, I said I was going to install a flint, but I've already installed a flint in this lighter. We installed a flint in this lighter the other day and fueled it up. Didn't remember fueling it up either. So I guess it is a good thing that my main purpose was to make my standard full-length video for this lighter. I was just going to include in that the installing of the flint and the fueling of it, but it also appears as though the flint spring mechanism is operating a little more smoothly. Some of these you have to kind of coax here and there, and well, we've got it a little bit tight now, it looks like. Back that out of there. That's much easier. Maybe a little too much less tension. So we'll run it up there, oh, just about flush with the back of the lighter, and we're still good. This one is really cool. Not the newest, as you have already seen. We've added another Cygnus, which, at least for the time being, is part of my personal collection as well. And who knows, these may all end up getting sold before it's all said and done. All these that I've added, I'd never sell a lighter that was gifted to me. Those are lighters that are part of my personal collection, and glad to have them and use them and thankful for them as gifts. But the vast majority of the lighters in my Penguin Cygnus collection are lighters that I have searched out, hunted for, and bought. And there are a handful that I am thrilled to have as gifts that I didn't have to. A couple of table models, well, I guess they're all table models of different varieties, but these others at some point may all be for sale. But really glad to own this one, to fuel it up, install the flint in it, even if I did that days ago in another video. Glad to show it off for you today. Until next time.